Okay.
You do anything fun over the weekend?
Let's take over the extra and then finish the assignment that was on Friday.
Okay. So mostly.
It was actually next Friday.
For the holidays, right? How did the rest of that assignment go?
That one I did not. I got my work stuff.
Okay.
Uh, it seems it seems similar to what I saw first time around.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Friday.
Gotcha.
No, I'm not sure what else. I have the notes and stuff, but I didn't have added to the thing yet. So,
Okay. Okay.
and this is the development one.
Gotcha.
And for the questions, I haven't sent it out to the teacher.
Gotcha.
So I need to, but I think they won't be able to get it to me by tomorrow.
I was gonna say it might be a little.
They might send it to me by Thursday because this week that teacher, one of them, is doing so-called parent conference with those kids' parents. So yeah, they're doing that this week. So for one of them, the one that I observed. Yeah. So I haven't typed out the presentation. I have a little thing, but I didn't type it out yet. From what I saw. The thing is more on the report though. I don't really have everything from the introduction yet still, even though I kind of, but not everything.
Gotcha.
Like the language part.
Okay. And what about what have you written so far?
What we I haven't added. I was doing another assignment for this class. Another like teacher made testing. So I only have done the observation last Friday.
Okay, and then you still have the presentation or you've done the presentation?
I haven't done it.
Okay.
It will be on this stuff here, on these
Yeah.
things on the side here.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
would be the presentation too.
Okay,
This is what need to be on the so-called presentation.
okay.
It's practically the same thing, but
Yeah,
just a different
I
wording.
remember looking at this, yeah. And then what are the due dates right now for these?
Um, last time I was supposed to present early this month on the 6th, but like that last classmate presented like close to the end time, so I'm presenting this week.
Okay. And what about the paper?
The paper, she so-called graded it, even though it was so-called due last Monday.
Okay. And does your teacher know that you haven't finished yours yet?
She just wrote no submission. She sees that I didn't turn it in.
Okay, and have you been in contact with her regarding your plan to turn?
Like last time when I so-called that they are supposed to present, I have sent her an email. She like I didn't have to present because the classmate, but I also wasn't ready, but she didn't see it, I think.
Okay, so does she know that have you guys discussed turning in your paper?
I would turn it in after I'm so-called done typing everything out and stuff.
Yeah, but have you talked to your professor about this?
About the paper part? No.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit concerned that uh your professor doesn't know that you're still working on it, and I'm wondering if
This week we meet and then like skip a week, like the first week of
Yeah.
December is in the last class in on computer.
Do you know what your professor's late policy is?
Those like 10% things.
For how long?
Huh?
Like 10% per day, per week?
Because there's that reflection based on this too. So
Oh, no, not.
mm,
Maybe try Control F and then just searching late.
there's only the ink.
Try doing Control F and then type in late. And we'll go through this. Oh, late quizzes. All right. Oh, go up one. Okay,
for
that's
the
the midterm.
midterm.
Gotcha. Okay, still nothing. Keep going.
Would it be here?
I don't see it. Let's go through these real quick, all 14 of them. Okay, late assignments result in losing points or not being accepted after one's week's delay, except under extremely uncontrollable circumstances in which supporting evidence must be provided to be judged by the instructor as acceptable.
She does say the all late work can be turned in before like the thing. So like
Before what?
the when they so-called put in all the grades, I can
Okay,
do that.
oh, you're, okay,
I'm
that's good.
so-called kind of okay with that.
Okay, so your professor talked and told you that you can still turn it in.
Yeah.
Okay,
if
that's what I
there's
was
late
worried
work, there
about.
is that. You still can turn it in. It's just like
Okay.
you just grade it like that.
Gotcha.
Took a bit still to turn.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, I think the priority is going to be to get this turned in as soon as possible then. What is your plan for getting this turned in?
Right now,
And your presentation? Well, I think we should focus
The-
first on the presentation because that's not late yet. So if we can get that good, and then you can be able to switch to the paper.
Yeah, the paper, this
The presentation, you mean?
yeah.
Okay. And where are you at in that?
The only thing I really have right now is just the little stack of slides for it.
Okay.
That's all I have really mainly. But I haven't filled out the stuff here. That's here.
Okay.
Like similar to what that other paper of this. Yeah.
So it sounds like you know what to do, and it's just kind of a matter of doing it, right?
Yes.
So how
think
can I help you?
I'm still so-called stuck with the not sure really the purpose part.
Okay.
For sure. The purpose I'm still not really fully sure.
Do you remember what we talked about for the purpose?
We kind of have written some stuff here for the
'Cause I
purpose.
feel like we've been working on the purpose for,
I did write some stuff here.
okay. And tell me what that means.
It was like about her language skills and stuff here.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and I think this, I think there's a lot here that is kind of up to you, like I can't necessarily give you the answer for like what the purpose is. So where would you, I think it's kind of important to also be able, it sounds kind of like, you have an idea, but it's hard to get it down on paper, right?
I think that's where I am for the purpose section of it, and then those other parts with like what I used and stuff is.
Yeah, I think the kind of challenge that's happening right now is that you like when we're writing things, sometimes we let the phrase I like to use is we let perfect be the enemy of good, So I don't think that, you might not feel like you have the purpose perfectly down.
Because I think I was like trying to see because I have the questions. If she speaks another language, it can kind of affect in some ways in
Maybe
what I have here
maybe.
too. So yeah,
But also you don't have that information.
yeah, that's why.
And it might be a little late to get that information.
Yeah.
So let's just try doing this with the information you have right now.
Um. Yeah. Um. um, I think from here is kind of like what fully having the whole purpose here is what I'm struggling to fall out like, right?
Yeah, just
The
do
whole
your best
thing.
answer, even if it's not the right answer.
Because the way I will say it feels like it will sound like not really the purpose in some ways.
Okay.
That's why I'm like kind of stuck on the purpose part, and then like the observation with the data collection instruments. And I know for sure what I have for some of these are considered, but the pictures, it was like really kind of more of her like artwork, not really what connected to what I was looking at, like her language and interaction.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure about the picture part. Would that still be considered like an observation tool?
And when you turn it in, you might not be sure still.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is like, you're not going to be sure, but you still have to turn it in. And right now, trying to be sure is getting in the way of you turning this in.
I think that's what of the typing it out and stuff. That's
Yeah. So let's just get started. Do your best answer for what the purpose is, even if it's completely wrong or doesn't make sense. We're gonna be okay with that.
I think what I have here for sure can be okay.
Yep.
And then
Now try typing it out in a complete sentence like you would before you turn this in.
Um, yeah,
Nice.
something like that maybe.
That's like way better than, not having the purpose. And even though, you're not feeling super like sure about it beforehand, it's like you were still able to get something out.
Then about there's that interaction part. I'm not sure what would it be the what will I say for that the interaction part.
What interaction part?
The social emotional like but for that one I was like looking for
Could
the
you show
interaction.
me in the rubric what you're talking about?
It's still so called the purpose. It's so called one of those stuff I'm trying to see of those language, cognitive, and those other ones.
So, this is where we can kind of just focus on the instructions. Uh, where it's like, okay, we're going to go through each one of these. And as long as you have this information, it's like any additional information can be used to support this. So let's stay focused when we're saying on studying the purpose of the child. What did you want to find out about the child? That's the question.
So
And why?
does I think that was what I was mainly kind
Okay.
of seeing. Plus the so-called interaction, but that could be like for that later one.
Okay.
I think so.
Nice. And yeah, this is kind of, what you should be doing. So
Mhm.
what's next?
Um,
Our goal here is not to make a
yeah,
perfect paper, it's to make a paper. So we're just gonna go through this, and even if it's like one page, that's okay.
but this and the so-called the paper is like the paper one is more. This is for the slides. It's
Okay, since we're
same
doing the
idea.
paper, let's just look at the paper one. Let's not worry about the slides.
Mm.
So we were answering the purpose, right? And it clearly describes the purpose, focusing on the child's functioning, so language, and then relates the domain to other domains. Candidate clearly, so any information that you don't know about, I don't know about.
Yeah.
So if you don't, do you know what specific domains are?
It was so what I was trying to looking for was from this little observation was the language, and then the social emotional, and then a bit of the maybe behavior too. Like that too.
Okay, and then do you know how language relates to those domains?
That the behavior I'm not sure which part it would connect to, but the language and the social emotional is different domains too. They're different domains.
Okay, and do you know how they're related?
That part I'm not sure.
Okay, then we're just gonna keep going. If you are able to go back and find out how, then this is a clear area that you need to find more information on. Like whenever we're reading through this and it says you have to be very honest with yourself on what you know and what you don't. And when it says, like, that's the point of school, you know,
Mhm,
when it's
mhm,
like,
mhm.
oh, if I don't know how these domains relate, I need to go find out. So that's going to be something you can find out on your own.
Mhm.
Let's go to the next thing we can do here and now.
Okay.
What's the next area we can tackle? I typically try to start with the areas I know most about. So what area do you feel most confident with tackling first?
For this
Or next?
observation one, I kind of wrote down what I do. The pictures part, yeah, the notes, the questions. This is what I have.
So what area are you most confident in this? Like the purpose, the observations, what area do you feel most comfortable with?
I think for the
Answering this.
whole thing for now, I don't really have the notes and stuff of it, but I have so far what I have used there. Um, um,
So which element? Give me a specific element that you want to focus on next.
maybe this data organization.
Okay. So this one
Teacher.
says candidate specifies the approaches to data organization and analysis that ensured useful information was extracted from the data and correct interpretations were made. So let's start one piece at a time. Candidate specifies the approaches to data organization and analysis. So your job is to specify the approach you took to data organization and analysis. You want to start with that?
Mm. Oh.
You use data, did what did it teach?
Mm. This would be what I have so far.
And look at that. It's been like 10 minutes and we've already gotten some good progress done. You know, this is going to be kind of what it is where, you know, you might not feel 100% confident, but typing things out is going to be what gets this done.
Yeah.
You know? So do you want to move on to the next section or do you want to keep working on this one?
I think this is what I have so far for now. The parent part.
Okay. What are you gonna, yeah, you can start on this one. So candidate shares assessment results with parents and or caregivers and clearly states how these results can inform interaction with the child in order to foster positive learning that is developmentally appropriate both age and child's function.
For sure, I can't really see the parent.
So
That
you
was
don't,
like
you
my
haven't been able,
problem
yeah, so you haven't been able to collaborate or
to
share
really
the assessment.
to really see the parent. Even though like, I will sometimes like 8:30, that's when that kid is dropped off. I don't really get to interact with the parent.
Have you shared the assessment results with the parent?
That part it was not really because it was mainly the observations of what I saw of her in the classroom and like stuff.
Okay, so you don't have anything for this one, and so we're not gonna be able to do anything on it.
Yeah.
This one you might be just taking the 0 for since you haven't been able, since you haven't uh, collaborated with the parents at all, then there's really nothing you can do here. And that's, it's just a, you know, this is just a part of it. So we're gonna focus on what you do have. So let's go to a different section.
Okay, the assessment.
Okay. Candidate clearly describes specific activities to carry out with the child as a result of the case study finding. The activities target the areas of need and ease of use with parents, older siblings, and teachers, and also engages with the child's active learning to appropriate levels. Learning activities have to be attractive to the child. All right.
I think for this one, I'm not really sure what kind of like, activities it's from what I have seen so far.
So you've done other assignments where you kind of had to
Yeah,
describe an
something like that.
activity.
But
So go through the same process for this and find an activity, might not be perfect again, but one that is suitable for the purposes of this assignment. You can use the same process you've done for the other assignments.
mm,
How did you
the
find
per-
those
the weak
activities in the other assignment?
it was so called like based on her weaknesses, on their
Okay.
weaknesses. That's where the activities are really kind of here to do
Okay.
to help. But for that one, no. Oh,
Okay. So first, that might be choosing an area where of growth for this student.
yeah,
So what area? And it, you know, it can be any area. Doesn't have to be their weakness. Right now, we're just trying to get anything that sticks. We're trying to get this done.
yeah. Oh,
So first is, as you said, is choosing the area you want to work on, and then we're finding the activity from that. So what's the area we want to work on?
it seems like when I was there this past Friday, it was like her attention. Like
And then let's find an activity that,
like with her not really listening to the directions in some ways.
okay, yeah, let's find an activity that focuses on that. This might take some research, you know. So this is picking an activity, so you have to find an activity. Where can you find an activity?
Or not.
Who's taking it one step at a time.
I see activities here, but I'm not sure which kind it would really kind of be.
We're just looking for good enough. Did any of those look good enough to use for your paper?
I think these two ideas was kind of singing, but I just find the activity. Hmm.
Seen a few that could work, but I can't pick for you. Maybe like a hidden picture game. Be interesting.
Yeah, maybe. Yes. I think that would be one of them for sure.
Why would that?
Um,
Would that
is that mainly is directions for it.
practice? So it'd be practice doing.
that would and then the reflection.
So for this one, since I'm gonna have you
Yeah,
do it
yeah,
on
yeah,
your
yeah,
own,
yeah,
you can just kind of sit back and
I think for this part, I'm not really sure what to write right now. For it.
that's okay. What can you try to write?
I don't,
Tell me what it's asking first. That's the most important thing, is knowing what
like
it's
the whole
asking.
process, really.
What about the process?
Um, what I learned during this whole process and stuff.
See how you have to make sure you're carefully reading these, because that's going to be what focuses your writing. So whenever you're like, oh, I'm not sure what to write here, whenever you notice that, go back to the instructions and see what the instructions are asking you. And then if it's okay, like, for instance, the
Mhm.
activity, you're like, I don't know what it means about the activity. Then it's like, okay, I need to find more information. If you don't, whenever you notice that you don't know something, that probably either means that you need more information, and that's when we go back to the case studies,
Mhm.
or you're overthinking. And so that's kind of what we're doing here, is we're just trying to put stuff down. And as you put stuff down, for instance, the activity, what we just did, is you found you needed an activity.
Yeah.
You identified the area that was in, and you were like, I don't know an activity for that. So then we did research to find that out. It's going to be a process of flipping those, writing what you know, finding out what you don't,
Mhm.
and then go finding out what that is. Because most of this, our time's already almost up. So most of this is going to be on your own.
Mhm.
But what we've already done here today is way better than nothing.
Mhm.
If you turned this in, that's actually, I would say that's a win. So it's like your main goal isn't going to be to try to find a perfect or make a perfect paper.
Mhm.
It's going to be to get this in, because that's, the most important
Yeah,
part.
yeah, yeah.
Sound good?
Mhm.
Okay. So, uh, you kind of did that. I'm going to have you practice doing that with one more section. Pick another section, and then just tell me what it's asking for you to do. So here, do you mind if I scroll? Let's do, because I know there's one.
The introduction.
No, do the observation and tell me what it's looking for.
Well, I don't really have everything here yet.
I'm not, not what you have,
Yeah.
not the answer. Just tell me what the question is that they're asking you to answer.
What does adequately?
So adequately means like enough, basically. So when this is saying candidate clearly and adequately means like you clearly and described with enough detail the observation to. Oh, I won't tell you the rest. So what is this question asking? And then if you don't know a word when you get home, and you don't know something, what you can always do is just type it in. Or, and what I also do, sometimes the definition, it still doesn't make sense, so I'll do in a sentence. So the further a water source, the more hose necessary to adequately drain at each irrigation. Its adaptation process against the state has not been adequately. General weeds are still being adequately controlled. So if you don't know, like the definition might be clear, but to satisfactory or acceptable extent. So if you don't this is, I think you understand this, but if it's a different word, that the definition, let's think of a crazy word. I mean, you know what this is, but it's like this definition. Yeah, that's going to be a confusing definition. And then that might be a time to like go into the sentences. Same thing, if you don't understand a whole passage, try copying and pasting it into Google and seeing what that comes up with. Because this is going to be on your own. So, but you've shown me today, I didn't do anything. I just kind of said, work on it. And you were able to do it. And anytime you had a question for me, what did I do? Where did we go?
Research. And then like look to.
Exactly. We searched Google or we came back to the instructions. So those are things you can also do on your own. So I won't be there when you're doing this, but just think, okay, where can I find out more information about this? Or is this in my instructions? Sound good? All right, you got this. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna say we met in person and we worked on the case study report. Thank you. Anything else you want me to add to that?
Well, I think that's
all right. You got this. You got this. Good work.
Thank you.
And then you feeling confident about the presentation?
I just need to type it out and then put it.
And the nice thing about presentations is you can kind of like fill in the gaps a little bit easier than a paper since you're just going to be like talking,
Yeah, and then so far I have that time limit, 8 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
To present about about everything.
Are you going to practice the board?
I think I'm just gonna type out everything and see how it is, and then we'll try to practice.
And what do you do when you practice?
I actually don't really practice it. I just like try to just present.
I would, it's okay if you don't, but a really helpful thing for practice is to time yourself and see how long it takes you to present. Because most of the time, what I'm thinking with 8 to 10 minutes, I'm thinking it'll be hard to actually keep your presentation within that time. That actually sounds like a short amount of time.
But so like when I do just present it, it seems very short.
It does, but 8 to 10 minutes is really short. So that's why I say like maybe try timing yourself. And if it is really short, then it's like, okay, I know I can. But you might find it's like, oh, I just presented for 12 minutes. I also recommend.
This said 15 for some reason.
Okay.
It was not really. It felt short.
Gotcha. It really helps to have an audience, even if it's like people who don't understand what you're talking about. Like, do you have siblings? Yeah, it might. I even recommend people, it's like, even if you have like a stuffed animal, it actually, when you have an audience, it makes it different. So maybe try that. I would try to maybe do just at least one practice. But if you don't, that's okay. But
I do have an extra tomorrow. It's Thursday at
yeah,
percent.
yeah. So, maybe just try like, even if you don't have everything typed up and it's not perfect, like maybe just try running it through once and seeing what it feels like. And then that'll help you with preparing too.
Okay.
All right, Andy.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck.
Yep.
Good presentation.
I think